Hello YouTube denizens, David Storm here with Picklocks.com, and what I have here is a 30mm padlock, and it is a warded padlock. You can see the key here. The only thing that works on this key is the very last protrusion. So if we put this in like so and turn, that very last piece interacts, the little last nub there interacts with a piece up in here. So a friend of mine, Mason, was over the other day and he had one of these, and I showed him how to open a warded padlock using a set of warded padlock keys. You can purchase these online and they're pretty common. I'm sure everybody's seen how these work. You go all the way to the back, find that locking cam, and bypass it. Let's make sure we're okay. You just got to find that little piece back in there, and there it is. So he said, well, he has a SWICK, so he said, would one of these side tensioners work, top the keyway tensioners? And I said, you know, I bet it would. And so we stuck it in there, flattened it out, and look at that. It works quite nicely as a warded key. So what happens, that's if you have one little release catch. What if you have two? Well, that's easy. What you do is you pull up on the shackle, create tension. You go in there and you find the first one, you turn it, you'll hear a little click, and this tension will hold it in place while you get the next one. So then you go, say, to the top, find the next one, and turn it, and once you do, the lock should open. So basically what you're doing is you're just kind of playing around in there, finding that position. And sometimes maybe it'd be easier to hold the lock like this. You're still creating tension on there. This does not have two, I'm just kind of showing you. So I would find the first one, and then second one, and there's not a third one. There's never a third that I've ever seen. Maybe on somewhere, but make sure we bottom that out. Now this is kind of tough to turn. There we go. I used this piece down here to finish turning it. So holding that little bit of pressure, it's a trick too, much like tensioning a pin tumbler lock, not to bind it so hard that when you go to turn this piece, you can't get it to turn, which was the case before. So just kind of lightening up enough that you can get them to turn and lock in place and open the lock. So that's how you do a double-sided. If you get the one that has two, there'll be one up here and then one about right here, the two release points. So there's never that I've seen any down here. They're always up in the top up here. So you go in there, find the first one, find the second one, and pop it open. So that's how you open warded padlocks using SWICK. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. For Picklocks.com, I'm David Storm.